Hey family, welcome back to Underdogs Rise, the podcast where we rise together. There is something hypnotic about watching a fire burn. The way that the flames move, the way the embers go quietly underneath, the way something so powerful can bring both warmth and destruction. And maybe human beings aren't so different. Maybe beneath all the identities that we cling to, all the walls that we build, all the roles that we play, we are all embers of the same fire. Different shapes, different stories, different struggles, but born from the same human longing to love, to belong, to matter. To live. It is so easy for us to focus on what separates us. The world encourages it constantly. Different backgrounds, different beliefs, different opinions, and different ways of living. And yet pain feels the same in every language. Grief feels the same in every country. Loneliness feels the same in every room. And fear feels the same in every heart. No matter who you are, we all know what it means to lose someone. To miss someone. To hope for another chance. To carry invisible wounds while pretending we are okay. That's the strange thing about being human. We all walk around believing that we are uniquely alone in our suffering. While surrounded by people who feel almost exactly the same. Some people hide their fire. Life taught them it was dangerous to shine too brightly. Maybe they were being judged for being emotional, mocked for dreaming too big, or rejected for being different. So they became quieter, smaller and more guarded. Not because their light disappeared, but because survival taught them caution. You can see this everywhere. People laughing while secretly exhausted. People succeeding while internally empty. People giving love to everyone except themselves. There are so many silent battles happening around us. And sometimes the strongest people are the ones closest to burnout. A fire needs care. Left unattended, it fades. Smothered completely, it dies. Human beings are similar. We need connection, rest, meaning, honesty. Yet many people spend their lives disconnected from themselves. Always distracted, always rushing, always consuming noise. And eventually they wake up wondering, when did I stop feeling alive? Because there is a difference between surviving and living. Survival says, just make it through the day. Living says, I want to feel present while I'm here. And presence is becoming rare. We all know that grief changes the way that we see people. You lose someone you love, and something inside of you cracks open. Suddenly you realise how fragile everyone is. The argument seems smaller. The ego seems louder. And the moments feel more precious. Grief strips away that illusion. It reminds us that every single person we meet is still temporary, including ourselves. And strangely, that truth can either make people fearful or deeply compassionate. Because once you understand how life is so short, and it really is, you begin to see people differently. Not as obstacles, not as labels, not as strangers. But our souls trying to carry their own fire through difficult winds. Just like you and me. There are people right now barely holding themselves together. And you would never know looking at them. Some are grieving quietly. Some are financially overwhelmed. Some are carrying childhood wounds they never learned how to heal. And some feel deeply alone in a crowded room. And still they show up every day. Still trying, still hoping. And still surviving. There is courage in that. More courage than the world often recognises. Because resilience isn't always loud. Sometimes resilience looks like getting out of bed, answering one message, taking one breath during a difficult season. The human spirit is remarkable that way. Even exhausted embers still carry heat. I think one of the most healing realizations in life is understanding that we belong to each other more than we actually realise. Not ownership, connection. Because no one truly survives alone. The person that I am today has been shaped by others. And I think when we think long and hard about that, that's all of us. A teacher who encouraged you, a friend who listened, a stranger who showed you kindness at the right time, a parent, a sibling, a mentor, a person you love deeply. Even the persons in our lives who may have hurt us, they shape us too. Life is constantly leaving fingerprints on the soul. And we do the same with others. often without even realizing it. That is why our words matter. Our presence matters. The energy we bring into rooms matters. A single moment of compassion can stay with someone for a lifetime. So can cruelty. We underestimate how much influence we carry. I used to think that being strong meant being emotionally untouchable. And I was wrong. Never crying, never needing help, never admitting pain. But that is not strength. That is armour. And armour may protect the heart temporarily, but it also isolates it. Real strength is remaining open-hearted without losing yourself. Because life will hurt you eventually. There is no avoiding that. People will disappoint you. Plans will collapse. Loss will arrive uninvited. But pain doesn't have to turn you cold. That is a choice many people quietly make without noticing. They suffer, and then they decide nobody deserves access to the real them anymore. Yet healing asks something different of us. It asks us to stay human after heartbreak, to remain capable of love after loss, to keep our fire alive without allowing it to destroy us. Maybe that is what connects all of us. Not perfection, not success. Shared humility. And humanity. The understanding that every person you meet carries both light and shadow. Moments of beauty, moments of regret, moments they are proud of, and moments they wish they could just erase. We are complicated creatures. But beneath all that complexity is the same fragile truth. We all want to feel seen. To know our existence mattered to someone, to know that they were loved. And maybe the reason kindness matters so much is because we never truly know how close someone is to giving up. A small conversation can change direction. A moment of understanding can interrupt despair. A feeling of belonging can save a life. What I've been noticing recently is how we are all deeply affected by each other. We rise together, we wound together, we heal together. We are all embers of the same fire. Some burning brightly, some flickering weakly, some trying desperately not to go out, but connected nevertheless. So perhaps life is not about being better than one another. Maybe it's about remembering one another. Helping each other carry the weight of being human. Offering understanding where there has been judgment. Offering presence where there has been loneliness. Because in the end, nobody escapes this life untouched. We will all know joy. We will all know pain. And we will all eventually become memories in someone else's story. But that reality should not make us hopeless. It should make us intentional. More loving, more awake, more grateful for ordinary moments. One day the conversations you rush through now may become the memories you miss the most. One day the people around you will no longer be here in the same way. And one day neither will I, and neither will you. So while your fire is still burning, love honestly. Speak kindly. Forgive where you can. Protect your peace. Create meaning. Be fully here. Because the world does not need more people pretending to be invisible. It needs more people willing to stay human. Even the faintest ember still contains light. And sometimes all a person needs is warmth, connection, and time to burn brightly again. Because none of us were meant to carry this life entirely alone. We belong to one another far more than we think. We are all embers of the same fire. Underdogs rise, and we rise together.